Katie Morton from Santa Monica does, so.
Right.
And we were in the middle of
What I'm saying
CBT
is-
therapy. We were in the middle of CBT therapy. She wasn't going through the whole book because she knew that would annoy me. She was like giving me examples of like my diary entries or my stories and stuff. I'd share with her, and then, you know. So I was like wondering too if you could call Healthcare Center back for me because I don't know their number, and say request that I want a female therapist.
I thought you said you already did.
Down, and I ran there. I ran so fast.
An American bomber had crash-landed in a remote field. As the crew stumbled from the wreckage, Helen says she made a decision that would forever change the course of her life. Helen led the men to the one place where she knew they would be safe.
The next thing I remember, I woke up on the floor, tied up. You know, he hit me in the head and he hit me alongside the jaw. And finally, when I got over towards the kitchen window, and there it was open, and I got the neighbors to hear me over there, and they come over.
Bill returned home to find his house swarming with police. Fortunately, Dorothy was not seriously injured.
She's all right.
Bill did discover that some personal possessions were missing. A .22. She was at the scene that night, called by a neighbor.
But what really surprised me was the look on his face. He had a look, a wide-eyed look, as if he'd been shocked or betrayed. It's something that lingers with me today.
Was Charlie Anderson ambushed by someone he knew? Someone who dressed up a cold-blooded murder to look like a random burglary gone wrong. In the end, evidence at the crime scene was ambiguous. The only identifiable fingerprints were all from members of the family. Police were left with a murder victim.
Upset, and insecurity. The fourth sign is that they are always the victim. I personally find this one to be the most difficult because it comes along with blaming and shaming. They can't ever be the one who caused anyone pain or upset. They always do what's right and good. Everyone around them is just so disrespectful or stupid or hurtful. Ugh. And this can even come along with specific memory loss. And yes, I mean that 100% sarcastically. They can laundry list all of the ways that you've hurt them, ways you've let them down, things you've done that they found so embarrassing. But if you mention just one thing that...
Okay, the search is off.
The firemen launched their boat and began searching the vast swamp from the water. But spotting Ethan would be almost impossible. He had sunk into the mud up to his neck, and as his body temperature dropped, he began losing consciousness. Only Elmo, licking his face, was keeping him from passing out completely.
It was probably around 10:30. I was starting to give up on it.
We haven't found him yet, but you're going to have to realize that he's been in the water an awful long time, and there might be a chance that he won't be found alive. We're doing the best we can.
Oh, God.
And
we fell over and took the canoe, so we had to swim to a little sandbar.
I was amazed how cold it was and how fast the water really was when you're not in the boat. It was kind of a startling situation.
After their spill, Carly was reluctant to get back into the canoe. But with no other way to shore, the group once again headed downstream.
When we got about halfway around the corner, we could see a bridge up ahead with the pylon right in the middle, right where we were in the river. When we started paddling towards shore, it didn't work. It just turned the canoe.
had a complete skeletal structure, as well as a full set of teeth. Initially, it did appear to be the mummified remains of a fully developed human being, which happened to be 17 inches tall. But after reviewing all of the material, Dr. Martin reached an altogether different conclusion. In his opinion, the mummy was not a mature adult, but an infant who had suffered from a medical abnormality known as anencephaly. This is a condition in which infants are born without a brain and lack a complete skull. As a result, they may often take on the physical appearance of an adult. However, Eugene Bashor claims that
should I blow him out?
Yes, don't forget to make a wish. Makes me so furious. She makes me drive all the way into town because she insists on having a meeting today. And then I get there and she tells me that it's scheduled for next week. Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, she's got a little bit of a headache. Hey, you, mind if I borrow the buckboard to go into town and pick up some headache powders?
Would you like me to go get some for you?
No, it's not that bad. I'll get them. I won't be long.
Life-threatening situation. And as you're about to see, one young boy might not be alive today if it weren't for the miraculous intervention of another person, a man who's been dead for over 14 years. On April 8, 1999, 16-year-old Joshua Greco arrived home late from a party with friends.
It was spring break, and I got home about 10:30, 11. My little sister was asleep on the couch.
Jennifer.
So.
Vietnam.
Gwendolyn, our friend's here.
Mrs. Gautier was thinking about her son being a foreigner in Vietnam, in the same situation as my friends and I were here in America. Because of that, she helped us on the weekends so that we feel comfortable, just like we were in our own country.
One of the Gautier's daughters, Gwendolyn, was the same age as Sue. In no time at all, the two of them had fallen in love. But inevitably, the war intervened.
And then it was gone. That was the scariest thing that I have ever seen in my life. A few weeks later, things started to get more and more aggressive. I come out of the shower and all of the drawers are open on this huge bureau. Now I'm getting pissed. I started slamming the drawers.
AFR, this is Jim. I got a phone call from Colette, and she was just sobbing.
I need you to come home now.
Calm down. There was terror in her voice. It's okay, calm down. I'll find a way. I felt the urgency, but also I said, honey, you dropped me off. How am I going to get home? So I went into engineering, and I asked them if I could borrow a van, and they said, sure. When I left work, my primary concern was getting home.
Bridget, hello. What's so important? Tell me. Come over. Tell me what's going on. So we sent him the video before it was online. Bridget is pregnant. His reaction, so you wanted me in a video. Yeah, we're going to be doing a family reveal video. Was going to tell you on Thursday, but we needed to upload the video today. Well, I am at a friend's house at Edisto River. I can't just leave. It's fine. See you Thursday. Okay? I didn't want you in a video. Wanted to tell you that you're going to be a grandfather before you found out online. Yeah, Doug did not give a that Bridget was pregnant, and she must have cried for 3 or 4 days about that. Once again, he tried to say that we hacked those messages too.
What they did is they cloned my phone